Hey guys, it's your girl Nessa. Welcome back to another video, and we are doing a chit chat get ready with me, my glow up slash inspiring slash motivating video. If you want to see me do my makeup and talk about all that good jazz, just keep on watching. We're just gonna get straight into it. So period. So I am back with doing my makeup or whatever. My forehead looks ginormous. My face is super pale. It's really not pale, it's this light. I might have to, let me adjust this light. We're gonna get straight into this video. It's gonna be like a kind of get ready with me, chit chat type of vibe. So let me just get started. I'm gonna start off, of course, with my favorite primer. My hair. This is from e.l.f. The e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. As you have seen, you guys know, you have seen it on all my tutorials. And how the F am I gonna do my makeup with no mirror? Let me grab a mirror real quick for y'all. So yeah, my mirror is right here. So I'm gonna be talking to you guys and looking at myself while I do my makeup. I look really pale on camera, but I swear I'm not pale in real life. I just got back from Cabos last week. What was I doing? Foundation. Yeah, I just got back from Cabos last week, and it was a really good time. A little life update I got from Cabos. Got back from Cabos. It was my 26th birthday. This foundation's too light. See, I'm going with the Nars one, but it's clearly too light for me. So I had to mix a little bit of the dark. I have a darker foundation from Born This Way. The Nars one is Barcelona, but Barcelona is way too light for me, and I know I'm gonna look real pale. So I'm gonna go with butter pecan. Do you guys say butter pecan or butter pecan? And then I'm gonna go in and apply this on. So I'm gonna do lighter in the center. Sorry, I got disturbed. But basically what I did was I did lighter in the center, darker on the outer part. So yeah, I got back from Cabos. Cabos was a really good time. If you haven't watched my vlog, definitely check it out. I'll have a link below for you guys. So yeah, I asked on Instagram what you guys wanted me to talk about. Because I did a tutorial, it'll probably be up before this one, where because I feel like my tutorials are kind of like repetitive, and it's like I kind of want to change it up a little bit. So I was like, what did you guys want me to talk about? And there was a lot of people that was like, you know, obviously still worth explain, but there was a lot of people that was asking like about my glow up. And this foundation is super light, but we're gonna make it work. So yeah, we'll just talk about my glow up, how I got to where I'm at now. Whoa, I look like a ghost, but trust the process. Trust the process, baby. Trust the process. But people wanted me to talk about, hold on, let me get myself together, because baby girl, I look crazy. Okay, let me contour my face first. So I'm going in with Gingerbread from Kylie Jenner's concealers. I really like her concealers for contouring. Now, as you guys seen, if you don't watch my tutorials, definitely check them out. I use the same exact thing for my clients. Let me blend this out so I don't look so crazy. Okay. Now I'm getting somewhere. But anyways, so people ask, let me just show you guys. My forehead looks humongous. But yeah, I was saying earlier, people like, okay, so I screenshotted a whole bunch of stuff because people was like telling me like what they want to see, so on and so forth. Let's rewind back. So life update, I really haven't been doing nothing. Like I said earlier, I got back from Cabos about a week ago, and I kind of decided that I wanted to change my schedule. I wanted to focus my time more on YouTube, because I know I've been saying that for a little over, it's been a year now, because I've been saying it since I started YouTube, and I was like, you know what, I need to really change my schedule so I can have more time for my YouTube channel. And I just basically started doing it for December. So December is tomorrow actually, and I'm super excited for my new schedule. I want to dedicate more of my time to doing YouTube. I know I said this in one of my other vlogs as well. So yeah, I know I said this in one of my other vlogs before, that I wanted to dedicate more of my time on YouTube, and I'm super excited. I am kind of nervous. Sorry, I need a closer mirror. I'm kind of nervous. Oh shit. Especially the simple fact that it's something new. I feel like I'm one of those type of people that don't like change. It's like I do like change, but this I feel like I'm more nervous of like the outcome of the change, and I need to just be like, fuck it. You will never know what's gonna happen if you don't change certain stuff. So I'm like, let me change my schedule around so I could dedicate more time to YouTube, because ever since I started my YouTube channel, everything's been my YouTube channel has been growing like crazy. So I feel like, you know, I love doing makeup, don't get me wrong, but I just needed something different in my life, because I've been doing makeup for professionally about 6-7 years now, since 2016. That's definitely like 16. No, I've been doing it since 2014. 14, 15, 16, 6 years. It's about to be going on to 7 years. So I've been doing it since 2016. And I just felt like I needed to change. Not technically change my career around, but just change my schedule so I could dedicate more time to other stuff than just doing makeup. Because literally before YouTube, my life consists of just doing makeup, which I love. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I love doing makeup, but it's just like I'm getting older. There's always new makeup artists coming out, and I just need to branch off of doing something a little bit more. But I am still doing makeup though. I'm still doing makeup, but just not as much and not as often as how I used to before. And doing YouTube is definitely like a really nice platform, of course. Like, it's a really good platform to grow your business, to brand yourself. So that's my plan. That's what I'm reaching for. That's something that I wanna pursuing. I like. That's the Nars Concealer, the soft matte one. I really like the soft matte one. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. I haven't done a chit chat, get ready with me, in so freaking long. But yeah, let's talk about, sorry, I'm sitting on the floor. Let's talk about my glow up. How I got to where I'm at now. I get this question asked pretty often. Everyone always asks, like, how'd you get to where you're at? What made you decide to get to where you're at? And people always be like, what made you decide that you wanted to become a makeup artist? So when I was younger, I enjoyed makeup a lot. Like, I just love the fact watching my mom like do her makeup, and I always be like, can you do my makeup? I want you to do my makeup. And she always be like, no, if you want to do makeup, practice on yourself. So when I was younger, I used to always practice on doing makeup on myself using my mom's products. I know all my girls out there, you guys can relate. Growing up, I used to watch your mama do makeup, and I just fell in love with it. Just the idea of it, that it just like enhances your beauty. And then like just watching my mom do it was just like, I just loved it. So I was just like playing her makeup. And then in high school was like the year that I actually was able to wear makeup, because my mom and my dad, they wouldn't let me wear makeup when I was in 8th grade, of course. Ew, this shit's fucking hot everywhere. Freaking A. But yeah, high school was the year that I actually was able to start wearing makeup. And me and my cousin used to go to Target, and literally I would ask my mom and my dad for money and be like, can I get some money? I want to go to Target. And I literally would spend so much money on makeup. And I kind of just like started growing my kits in high school, like especially junior year. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I had to do my eyebrows because I cannot talk and do my eyebrows at the same time. Periods. I got eyebrows on. Okay, but what was I saying? Shit. Forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. So ever since I was younger, I always liked the makeup. Like I used to tell my parents like, give me some money so I can go to Target to buy some makeup, and I would just buy makeup. And then my junior year was when I started doing makeup for like my friends and stuff. They're like, do my makeup, you know how to do makeup, blah blah blah. So we would like, you know, obviously when we was going to like parties and stuff, I would do their makeup. And it really started off with like eyebrows and stuff, eyebrows and putting their lashes on. And then I just started like building my kit up, because I was having like the, you know, their foundation colors in my kit. And then my junior year was when I started building up my kit. And I was just like, you know what, let me start doing makeup for people at my school for like, you know, prom, homecoming. And then I was doing makeup actually in my mom and dad's house. But I was only doing makeup for like people that I knew that was letting like come in my house. And in high school when I was doing makeup too, I was actually working. Sorry. So yeah, when I was doing makeup in my mom and dad's house, I was doing makeup for people that I really knew. And then I started working at Aldo. Aldo was when I had like, that was like my first like retail job, was when I worked at Aldo. And I loved working for Aldo. Like Aldo was so much fun, like working there. If you ever worked at Aldo, it was like, I don't know if it was like my team, but the people that I worked with were so much fun. And they were like around my age, older, and just meeting new people. And then that looks crazy. So yeah, I started doing that. I was working at Aldo, and then I was working at a restaurant, a Japanese restaurant. I was a hostess. So then I started working at Aldo, and I loved it. I loved working for retail. If I honestly, like, if I wasn't doing makeup, I probably would still be working at retail and going to school. So then I was working at Aldo for like, I believe it was like a year, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a year and a half I was working at Aldo. And at the mall that I worked at, it was a Bare Minerals next to it. And I thought the manager first off, okay, so it was a little candy like freestanding place that was in front of the at Aldo, and plus it was in front of Bare Minerals. And I was getting candy one night when I was working at Aldo, and I was like, I went to on break because I was like, I want some candy. So I went to that little candy stand, and then one of the managers called me in there and was like, hey, come here, I want to talk to you. So I was like, mind you guys, I'm really, really friendly, but I thought I knew her, the manager, for some reason, because she looked familiar and she looked like someone that I knew, that I talked to before. So I was like, hey girl, how are you? Like, just literally just talking to her. She's like, because she was like, how are you doing, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm good, how are you doing? I was like, what you been up to? Like, I'm literally talking to her like I know this lady. And mind you guys, I did not know who she was. And then we were talking. She was like, I love the way you do your makeup. She said, I always see you work next door, blah blah blah. She said, you should apply here. She said, I'm not trying to basically she was just saying, like, I'm not trying to make you quit your job, but you know, we're hiring more, like we pay more here. So I was like, girl, I was getting paid $7.25 at Aldo. So I was like, hell yeah. Like, mind you guys, I already like going shopping, I like nice shit, and I was like, I want to get paid more. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, it's both retail jobs, but it wasn't like interfering with each other. But at the end of the day, it did interfere with each other. So I was getting paid $7.25 at Aldo, and girl, they offered me $13 at Bare Minerals back when I was like, I think I was 17. I was 17 at the time. And I was like, $13, bitch? I said, let me apply. I said, give me the application. So long story short, she gave me the application. I filled it out and I got hired. And I started working for Bare Minerals, and it was interfering with my hours at Aldo. So I was like, fuck Aldo, like, I'm getting paid more here, I'm gonna start working here. So I was working at Bare Minerals. I actually worked at Bare Minerals for about 3, almost 4 years. I loved working for Bare Minerals. Their products at the time, they weren't my favorites, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it work. I'm getting paid a lot. I was actually like, I did my job really good there. And then on top of that, I was also doing makeup at home. Like, I was like a freelancer. And then working there for like 3 years, they built Nordstrom's in the mall that we worked at, and I knew that they had a MAC store there, like a little MAC freestanding store. So I was like, ooh, I want to apply for MAC, because I knew girls that worked at MAC, especially just working at the mall. I would go in there, talk to the girls, blah blah blah. And one of the girls that I became cool with, she was like, you know, you should apply at the MAC store. She said, you would do really good there. They actually, girl, they be getting me. They be like, you know, they pay, because I think when I went to MAC, I was getting paid $18.75 an hour, or 17. It was over $17. It was over $17 I was getting paid at MAC. And the way MAC works is like, you know, you get paid, the way they hire you is by hours. And I think I was like a 12-hour shift there. So I quit with MAC. I mean, not MAC. I quit with Bare Minerals, and I was like, you know, I'm going to start working at MAC, because I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm going to get paid almost, I was getting paid over $17 an hour. I was like, yeah, like, and I was what? 20 or 21. And I was like, you know what? I need a better job, because I think when I left Bare Minerals, I think I was getting paid like $15 an hour, $14 or $15 an hour. And I was like, hell yeah, $2, and then plus commission. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I quit Bare Minerals, and I started working for MAC, and I worked at MAC for like a month. And the way like department stores work is basically you have like 3 managers. So there's a Nordstrom's manager that is managing like the whole Nordstrom's. Then there's like the makeup section. There's a manager for that. And then I had a manager for the freestanding MAC stand that I worked at. Working at MAC, it was really, really fun. But at the time when I was working at MAC, my name started to like grow. And people, and mind you, I was still freelancing. And when I first got hired with MAC, I was actually working in a shop and I was doing makeup in a shop. Alright, so yeah, I was actually working at a shop when I was working at MAC. And working with other hairstylists, you know, people started to know who I was. I started doing makeup for people, word of mouth. Because at the time, social media wasn't popping yet. I mean, it was popping, but it's not popping like how it is now. And sorry, I'm trying to figure out what color I was still going to use. So it wasn't popping, so it was really just like word of mouth. And then on top of that, I had my girls that would do their makeup at the shop. They would come into the MAC store or the MAC counter at Nordstrom's and be like, oh my god, I know you work here, can you do my makeup? And literally, first off, I would tell the girls like, oh no, I can't do your makeup here, I only sell makeup. Because first off, I'm not going to be doing makeup for free. I mean, I'm still getting paid, but I just didn't like the idea of like people be like, oh, well, you work at the MAC store, I'll spend $50 with you and get my makeup done. But the 9 times out of 10, those girls that come and get their makeup done at the MAC store, when they pay that $50 for products, they literally come back the next day and return everything. So yeah, I didn't like that. And then on top of that, I was like the new girl that worked at MAC at the Nordstrom counter. And I'm at Nordstrom's. The girls that I worked with, they were like, it would be like girls, they'd be like, oh, I want to get my makeup done, or oh, I want you to teach me how to do this. They'd be like, oh, Nessa, come here. And that kind of like irritated me, because just like, first off, like I had to listen to them too, because it was like they were like kind of like managers as well. I'm just like, ugh. That's one thing that I hated. That's one thing that I hated when I worked at MAC, was the girls there. They literally would not want to do girls that come up there. Like they were like, I don't want to say they were like racist or anything, but they would literally like, if it was like a younger girl, they'd be like, oh, Nessa, come help her. And then they would get like the older white ladies that they know that's going to spend a little bit more money. That's what irritated the shit out of me when I worked at MAC. And I used to hate them. Not hate them, but I was just irritated, like the way they talked to me, the way they was like, oh, come here, you come help her. Like, bitch, you talk to her first, you help her. So that's one thing that I hate about MAC. But anyways, like I said, I worked for MAC about a year. MAC and Bare Minerals definitely helped me a lot with like color matching and product knowledge, which I loved. Because I was able to go to, thank goodness, like when I got hired, I was able to go to, I think it was a place in Chicago. It's basically like training. And I was able to go training in Chicago when I worked at MAC, which was like really, really fun. I got to meet so many people up there. I got to meet so many girls. It was a really good time. That's one thing I like about MAC. And then on top of that, girl, they paid for everything. I'm literally feel like I'm rambling because I'm supposed to be talking about my glow up. But I guess this plays a part of it. And then I was working, so then yeah, with MAC, sorry, I'm literally all over the place because I'm trying to figure out what else I need. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. I'm just gonna continue keeping my makeup. So yeah, I was able to, what's nice about MAC and stuff like that was I was able to get a lot of product knowledge from them. Bare Minerals is actually the brand that really helped me learn how to color match my girls, like by just looking at them. So I'm very, very thankful for that. But the reason why I quit MAC was, okay, so like I was saying earlier, I basically had 3 managers. And the Nordstrom manager, first off, she was a total B word. I remember one day I had to work super early because it was like holiday. Because, you know, before the coronavirus, the mall opened up a little earlier. No, Nordstrom's opened up a little earlier. And I woke up late and I was opening. So I was like, okay, let me just rush to do something quick to my face. Literally, this is how my face looked when I went. And I was opening, counting the register, whatever. And she looked at me. Because she came up to the stand. She's like, oh, you're a MAC girl? You don't look like a MAC girl. She said, you need to do your makeup or something. I was like, bitch, first of all, I will get you together, honey. But yeah, working for MAC too, it was all about preference. Like, not preference. It was all about, like, your image. Because if you went in there with your makeup beat, they're going to be like, oh, okay, she knows what she's doing. And, like, same thing for, like, my interviews and stuff. They was like, okay. Shorty knows what she's doing. I went to my interview and everything. I was beat. Like, super beat. So, yeah. But anyways, the manager for Nordstrom was like, you're a MAC girl. You don't look like a MAC girl. And I really want to cuss her the fuck out. I want to cuss her out so bad. But I was like, okay. So I kind of giggled it off. Like, okay. And then she was a bitch. And then my makeup the makeup manager, that lady can literally eat my shit. She was so mean to me. And I don't know what it was, but she was mean, like super mean. Like, if you don't like your job, quit. Find a different job. And then my MAC manager, she was so sweet. She's actually one of the girls that helped me get the job. She put in a good word. So she was really nice. And yeah, the reason why I quit was because I remember one year. I remember the year I think it was like, I want to say it was 2017 or 2016 going to 2017. I had called in for New Year's. And you guys know New Year's do be cracking at the mall at the time. Like, you know, people wanted their makeup done. It was cracking at the mall. So I already had, mind you guys, I was a 12-hour shift, so I had to work because I didn't make up my 12 hours or whatever. So I told the manager, I actually called in and I was like, you know, I'm out of town. Because I requested off, they declined my request. So I called in and I was like, you know, I'm out of town. I'm in Disney World with my family. I lied, but I knew that I knew I wanted to do makeup at the shop, so that's why I called in. And literally I had to work the next day, which was New Year's Day. And my manager called me in, the makeup manager, she called me in. It was like, what you did, you're getting written up for it, for calling in. You can't call in on New Year's. And she was basically making it seem like you need this job, so you should not be calling in to work. And then I'm looking at her like, first off, she was like, your job is, basically she made it seem like my job was more important than, because I lied and said I went on my trip. She made it seem like my job was more important than my family. And I'm just like, first off, you're writing me up because I prior told you guys that I was going out of town. And I called in because I was out of town. And you're making it seem like my job is more important than my family. So I told her, I said, you know what? I just want to let you know that today is going to be, I'm going to give you my 2-week notice. And after that, I did not show up back to work. And I was like, fuck that. Like, you're not going to talk to me like that. Like, at the end of the day, you're older than me. I get it. But you have to respect your workers. I feel like, you know, the way to keep your workers happy is if you respect them and you make them happy. So, overall, that's why I quit MAC. And I knew I wanted to do makeup. I knew makeup was something that I really wanted to do, that I wanted to pursue in. And I took that chance with quitting MAC, like knowing that I was gonna have a consistent income. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do makeup at the shop. That's what I'm gonna do. I feel like I just knew I didn't want to work for somebody else because the way they treated me. And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be treated like that. I don't want to work for somebody. I want to work for myself. So I took a big chance because I literally was like, fuck you guys. And then on top of that, I took a really big chance because, girl, I can't use them for a resume. I didn't finish my 2 weeks. I just quit. So I really took a big chance, like a really big chance. Let me do my eyeliner and I'll be right back. Okay, so my eyeliner's on. So yeah, I took a big chance on quitting my job because I can't use them as a reference. Still to this day, I probably can't use them as a reference, just something like that. I just stopped showing up for my shifts. And I just started like getting my name out there. I wasn't getting clients like that, and I know at the time, oh shit. So yeah, I knew I was taking a big chance. And I was just like, you know what? Being talked to like that made me realize, like, bitch, I don't need this job. Like, I knew that I never wanted to be talked to like that ever again. So I was like, whatever, like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop showing up because I'm the type, like, I just don't like being disrespected because it's just like, first off, I'm not a disrespectful person. I don't disrespect anybody. And if you disrespect me, I'm going to, you know, react a certain way and basically say, fuck you, because that's basically how you was treating me. So that's why I kind of just decided, like, okay, I'm just going to take this chance, figure out if makeup works for me. If makeup doesn't work, I knew I was able to go back to Bare Minerals. I know that sucks to say it, but yeah, I knew I was going to be able to go back to Bare Minerals. And so yeah, I mean, when I was first started doing makeup, people always ask, like, how did you do it? Like, and you know, back then makeup was popping, but it's not popping like how it is now. And I was scared. I was so scared. I was just like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have no, like, for sure income coming in. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What the fuck was I thinking? I was scared. I was so scared. I was nervous. There was weekends where I didn't even have no clients, and I'm just like, and then on top of that, I still had to pay booth rent, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't afford booth rent, because I was paying booth rent, like, before when I was working at MAC. I was paying booth rent with my money that I made at MAC, which was so stupid of me. And but what was nice was the person that I worked for at the shop, they were like, you know, it's okay, it's a slow weekend, you'll have clients next week, you'll make your money next week. So they were very encouraging. And then word of mouth, because in my, you know, in my city, I was known as the girl, the Chinese girl that know how to do black girls makeup. So people just like, who is this Asian girl? Who is this Chinese girl that do black girls makeup? The people are saying, like, yeah, she do makeup so good on black girls. And that's how I kind of got my name out there too, was I was really known as the Asian girl that do black girls makeup. And still to this day, that's what people say. People are like, yeah, Nessa, the Asian girl, the Chinese girl that do black girls makeup. It's so funny. Social media was a poppin', like, it really was like word of mouth. So I had to make sure that my craft was on point when I was doing makeup back then, because the people that's walking around telling people, like, oh yeah, that's I got my makeup done by Nessa, it was like my work. Like, I was walking around, people was like, oh, who did your makeup? Nessa did your makeup, blah blah blah. So that's how I was able to get it poppin'. And then I realized, like, social media got poppin'. It just blew up like in 2018. And I was like, I need to follow every single girl that's in my city, that's in Milwaukee. I need to follow them. I need to follow them because, bitch, I need people to know who I am. So I was following everybody. I was posting work back to back. I would post something and then post like another video and post another old picture. I was like on it. I was posting pictures left to right, left to right. I think I still have, I deleted a few of them, but I still have old pictures from back then on my Instagram still, from when I first started doing makeup. And social media really got popping. Like, and then on top of that, I was working with other hairstylists that had more followers than me. And we were doing like collaborations. And then my name just started like booming from there. Okay. So these lashes gonna do. I really don't like the way I placed them. They remind me of how I used to do my eyelashes back then. But I had people that was very supportive of me. I was like, okay, I know I'm gonna be fine. People always gave me encouraging words like, okay, you got this. You're gonna keep on growing. The way you keep on growing is just like believe in yourself, work hard. My parents and them was very supportive of my choice too. And then also too, when I the day that I called in for MAC, you guys, I made $1,000 that day. I had to work my ass off, but that was the first day that I ever made $1,000. And I was geeked. I was so geeked. Like, $1,000? Being at my age at the time, $1,000 was a lot. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is what I want to do. That's another thing that encouraged me to quit MAC, was because I was like, bitch, $1,000? $1,000 in a day? I thought in my head at the time, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna make $1,000 every single day. No, that's not true. But yeah, making that $1,000 in one day, it literally encouraged me, like, okay, that you really could do this. You just made $1,000 in one day. If you don't quit this job, and they be talking to you all types of crazy, you're stupid. So I was like, you know what? I took a big chance, and I feel like chances do make champions. Like, you know, people be like, oh, chances make champions. They do. It really do. And you just have to take a chance, figure it out, see if it's gonna work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, figure something else out. It's like, we're still young. I mean, yeah, we get older, but it's just like, you're better off doing it. If you have that gut feeling where you know that this is something you want to do it. And that was what really encouraged me, was that $1,000. I'm not gonna lie to you all. And I knew I love doing makeup, and just seeing that I made that much, I was like, okay, I could do this. Like, I just made $1,000. I could do this. And like I said before in my other videos, like I was saying, like, you know, there was weekends where I didn't have clients, and there would be weekends where I only made like $100, $200, and there would be weekends where I'll make like $800, $900. And I always tell myself, like, you know, oh, it's okay, like, last week was good, so this week it's okay if you don't make as much as you did last week. I always had that mindset, and I always used to never ever, there was actually a time where I would count like how many clients I would have in a week and calculate how much money I make by the end of the week, and I was like, I need to stop doing that, because I would be so disappointed when I didn't make my goal at the end of the week. So yeah, and I feel like for me, I just knew that I just didn't want to work for someone and being bossed around. And growing up, like having a job, I always had like a really good work ethic. I was always on time. I feel like I always did my job right. There was a point in time where I was actually like a not store manager, I was an assistant manager. And the reason why I always had a good work ethic is because growing up, I didn't have it all. I actually lived in Kansas City. I grew up in Kansas City. I was born in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, but then I grew up, like most of my childhood I remember I lived in Kansas City. And my parents, they had it when we lived in Kansas City. I was like 4, and I moved back to Wisconsin when I was in 5th grade. Whatever, how old you are in 5th grade, I forgot how old. And my parents had it. We had a big house. Yeah, when I lived in Kansas, and my parents, we had it. My dad had his own company, like roofing construction company. My mom was working at a decent job. There was like no worries. We had a big backyard, trampoline, 3-story house. It was a big house. And I remember growing up like in a really big house. My parents, they had it. It was comfortable. We was very comfortable. We had it. And then my parents then decided like, oh, let's get up and move to Wisconsin. And when I tell you guys my parents lost it all, my parents lost it all when we moved back to Milwaukee in Wisconsin. And growing up, my parents did try their best to make it known that, okay, my parents tried their best to let us know like we're not struggling, but I was at the age where I understand a lot of stuff, and I seen my parents struggling, and it played a big part of knowing that growing up, I don't want to be in this position where my parents are growing up. Like my parents lost it all. Like went from having a big house, having so much cars, having to be able to go shopping. Like I remember when I was younger, my mom and us, we used to always go shopping like every single day, always buying new coats every winter, new shoes, new like everything. We was buying everything. And then moving to Milwaukee to like basically not having anything, it literally was like very eye-changing. And I feel like it really changed my mindset of knowing that I'm always told myself like I do not want to go through what I went through growing up. And there was like points where it's like my parents had no money. We were living in hotels. We didn't have like no electricity. It was rough like growing up. And that happened for years, like middle school years. And you know, when you're in middle school, it's just like you understand what's going on. You understand that your parents are struggling, and I knew what was going on, but my parents made it seem like they didn't know. Like my sisters and like, oh my god, we're staying at a hotel, but I really knew like the backstory to why we were staying at a hotel. And I just knew that like growing up, I was like, I don't want to be put back in that position where I was like struggling. Like it just made me want to work harder, to realize like I want to work hard so I don't have to be in that position when I was growing up. And I feel like, you know, that helped out a lot with my work ethic, and it motivated me too, that I was like, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be broke. But at the same time, like my parents always taught me like, don't let anybody talk to you and disrespect you, because it's just like at the end of the day, everybody's all human beings, and they shouldn't disrespect you or talk to you some type of way or belittle you. So I was just like, you're right. So that's why I quit working at Mac too, because I'm like, my parents taught me like people shouldn't talk to you disrespectfully. So I was just like, whatever. Fuck this Mac store. And yeah, I mean, I'm just, you know, growing up, I went through it. So it's just like, I know the struggles. I know how that goes. And ever since like being able to get the money that I'm getting, the income that I'm getting, the career that I have, I'm beyond thankful. And that really motivates me, is like I just seeing and knowing what my parents went through growing up. And I was like, I never want to be ever go through that again, because I feel like a lot of people that don't know me don't really know my backstory, because I'm not really that personal when it comes to social media. I feel like overall, like growing on social media, it happened so fast, and I just tried to keep like my personal life pretty private. And I feel like I feel like we connect, but it's just like I'm very private at the same time. I'm trying to get out of that. So yeah, that just like sometimes it's hard to talk about because it's just like, you know, I don't want to talk about that stuff that happened to me back then when I was younger. Like, I try to keep everything very happy, good content, period. But that's what motivates me too, because people's always like, what motivates you to work every day, to keep grinding? That's what motivates me. And I feel like there's something in your life that you need to figure out, like, what motivates you, because just like what I do and what motivates me is different from you type thing. And the only thing I would say is just like really work hard. I know it's hard, it's easy said than done, but you have to work hard to get to where you want to go. And setting goals for yourself. I always manifest everything that I do now. Ever since like 2019, 2018-ish, I started manifesting like a lot of shit, and it was just like that shit was just happening. And I always pray to God, to, you know, always thanking him, always thanking God for putting me in the position that I am, because I am beyond thankful and grateful to be able to be in the position that I am now, who I am. And I still feel like there's stuff I'm still learning, still growing, still trying to motivate myself every day, because it's hard, y'all. It's hard motivating yourself. It's hard. But when you see your success like, for example, like, you probably were thinking like 2 years ago, let's just say, like, for example, 2 years ago for me, 2 years ago was where I wanted to be now. So it's just like, just seeing where I'm at now and where I was 2 years ago, it just like, it motivates me that I want to be greater type of thing. I don't know how that saying is. It's like, be grateful for where you're at now, because this is where you want to be at like a few years ago. You get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? But staying motivated is hard. And I feel like you have to really, you shouldn't do stuff for money. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, money is all good, but you shouldn't do stuff for money or trying to be someone else or doing something because you think that's going to make you some money. Because at the end of the day, if it makes you some money and if it makes you money and you're not happy with it, it's like, what's the point? I mean, the money makes you happy, but at the same time, it's just like, I hated working for retail places. I hate working knowing that I had to be on work on time. I mean, I'm still on work on time, but like having to be on work on time, always getting like, if you're late, I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. And having a schedule, being off, like having to work on days that you wanted to have off. And yeah, I just knew that I just didn't want to be bossed around anymore. And setting out goals for yourself. I set goals for myself like every day. Like I'm becoming more organized. I feel good about that. And I'm so happy. Like, usually around this time, like right before my birthday, I always get like depressed, like kind of like down. And I know I said that in some of my old videos from last year, but I'm in a really good place right now. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm excited for my new schedule. I really I'm excited to see what 2021 is gonna bring me. And yeah, I feel like these my chit chat videos be like all over the place. I fucking suck. I'm trying to get better at it. I feel like, you know, I'm trying to get the hang of doing YouTube. And as I was saying earlier, I have not done a chit chat get ready with me in so long. So that is basically it. I want to encourage you guys, if you are in a little funk, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. And the only way to make it better is if you change. If you start making a change and making things get better for yourself. Because at the end of the day, the only person that has you is you. And the only person you can fall back on is you. And if you stay in this funk and you're just in the funk and just like don't know how to get out of it, girl, if you don't get your ass up and get your ass out that funk and do what you gotta do, nothing's gonna happen. Period. Like, that's just common sense. But at the end of the day, like I said, things are easier said than done, because there's times where I'll say like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but it's harder than I thought. I kind of like just back off of it, but things get better. Things get better, I promise you guys they do. And staying motivated, I always try to motivate everyone. I try to be very inspirational, because honestly, if you guys would have told me that 5 years ago, if you would have told me that I would be in the position that I am now, I would have literally be like, no way, no freaking way. I would not be in the position. I would probably be like, I don't know what I would have thought, but I probably would have never thought this. And the only way that I got to where I'm at is working hard, being consistent. If you are trying to brand yourself, if you are trying to do YouTube, if you are trying to be a makeup artist, or whatever the case may be, whatever you're trying to be, you had to work hard. Shit is not handed to you, period. Like, I was not handed anything. My career, my name, my position that I'm in, like, I had to work hard for this. I grind every single day. I grind, and I manifested everything that I did. And I'm really blessed too, like super blessed that I'm in the position that I am in, because not everyone is able to do this, you know, and not everyone's not able to do it. And it's just like, you had to have this mindset that you had to accomplish your goals. If you don't have that mindset, you're just like kind of living like day to day, like, oh, whatever, just, you know, kind of, I don't want to say careless, because that's not what I'm trying to lean towards, but if you have this mindset where you're just like, you're just living day by day, nothing's gonna change. You're just probably just still gonna be like, just a, I don't want to say regular, but just like, you're still just gonna be the person that you are. And if you are trying to become poppin', become whatever, no, I don't know what it is, because I really don't consider myself known or like famous, how people pursue me to be, because I still think I'm just a regular not a regular person, but I just feel like I'm just a normal human being like everybody else. And yeah, I feel like I kind of just gabbled all around this. And if someone asked for like advice for my younger girls, save your money. I wish that I would have saved my money when I was growing up, because I was splurging when I was growing up. But that's one thing that I wish I would have done when I was growing up, was save my money. Build up a networking system for you to get to know people. Don't stay in that little box and be like, something's gonna happen to me. No, it's not. You had to network yourself. Not network yourself, but networking with other people and talking to other people is going to help you figure out what you want to do, kind of thing. Because, for example, one of my old managers that I worked at Bare Minerals with, she motivated me a lot. She seen so much potential in me, and she constantly reminded me every single day when I went to work. She's like, keep going, you got this. Like, literally, she just kept like, she literally kept me in the position where I just like, I had this mindset like, yes, I'm good, bitch, I'm good at this shit. And I'm beyond thankful that I was able to meet her. And growing up, like, you need those type of people, like not older people, but like, you know, people that are a little older than you, to help you figure out what you want to do. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you don't want to be around people that just be like not doing shit, not doing nothing with their lives. That's not gonna motivate you. Always think about who you hang out with, who you engage with. Think about like their goals, what they do. Does it motivate you? Does it fit in your field on where you want to go in life? So yeah, I'm kind of I'm trying to explain it right, y'all. I feel like I haven't sat down and did a video for you guys so long. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what helped motivated me, was being around good people, being around good vibes, being around people that motivates me, that we motivate each other. Like, we all good at this shit. And yeah, like, I feel like it's really the people that you be around. Like, if you're around shitty people, 9 times out of 10, the vibe's gonna be shitty for you all the time. But if you're around people that has good vibes, people that is encouraging, people that's motivating you, you're going to be in this mindset, that's what I was talking about, mindset, that you are going to do good, going to do better, that you want better type of thing. And I always motivate my younger sisters to, like, get this mindset, being around people that motivates you, that's not making you do bad shit, or, you know, whatever the case may be, doing whatever. But you want to be around people that motivates you and literally has goals. If you be around people that don't have goals, you're not going to have goals. And people, I feel like negative people like that too. I don't want to say negative people. People that have that mindset where they don't have goals, they don't get nowhere in life, and that's just gonna hold you back. It is just gonna hold you back. And what keeps me motivated is really, like, I can't even, honestly, to be honest with you guys, I really can't even, like, answer that question, like, for real. It's just like, still till this day, I'm still motivating myself. And the way I motivate myself is just like, you gotta get through this, you gotta get it done. You have people that depends on you, and I motivate myself by letting me, like, if I do this, it makes me feel, like, like, I want to feel good. I never ever want to be put in a funk. So it's just like, I always tell myself, like, bitch, you better do this, or else you're gonna be in a funk, or you're gonna feel like shit. So, bitch, you better do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. And I always have, like, this, like I said, the mindset thing. It's like you have to have a mindset, like a focused mindset. And I feel like that helps me sometimes. And then on top of that, you guys motivate me. And, like, just seeing all, like, the nice comments, the very, like, the comments that were people was always telling me that I motivate them, and just like, I want to be the person that motivates my younger girls. Like how I was telling you guys, I was around women that motivate me. I want to be the girl that motivates you all. And yeah, I hope this was a good video. I'm praying this was a good video. Yeah, that's about it. I hope this was a good video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My little get ready with me. I will have all the stuff that I used today on my face down below for you guys. But yeah, think about it. Change your mindset. That you want to be a successful person, that you want to succeed in certain areas in your life, you have to change your mindset. Change the people you be around. Think about the people that you be around. Because I lost a lot of friends. I'm not even friends with not a single person from high school. And it's just like people grow from each other. People have different mindsets, like I was saying earlier. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. To succeed in life, you have to have a mindset that you are a successful person. Period. So that is it for today's Get Ready With Me chit chat kind of video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Get ready with me. I know I haven't sat down with you guys for a while now. I apologize. Girl, I am getting it back together. I promise y'all, I'm getting it back together. It's gonna get better. My content's gonna be better. I need to sit down and plan out what I'm talking about, because bitch, I be kind of like all over the place in my videos. But I feel like it's more like real instead of like planned out, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Nessa, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.